Great. So, good evening, everyone. The topic that we are covering today is all about unlock the creative genius in you. So, naturally, the first question comes up is there any creative genius inside me? That's the first question comes up. कि मुझे तो नहीं लगता कि मेरे अंदर कोई creative genius है. Many of you will be thinking in that way. But imagine if in every word that you're speaking out, every expression that you're giving out is a creativity. And it is the creative genius inside you which is creating that creativity. You know, when you say that I'm not good at this, it is your creative genius is telling you. And the same person is saying, how can I become good at this? Okay. So the point is that how your creative genius inside you is guiding you or is controlling your thoughts. So if I have that ability to figure that out, that what is that creative genius inside me, if I can unlock it, it automatically gets unlocked in certain situations. But if I can control that, then things will be in my control. You know, it's just like कि आप एक autopilot गाड़ी में बैठे हो. Now, if you have control on that car, you know how you can drive. If you don't have control on it, then it is driving you anyway. You know? But since you are inside that car, whatever that car is going through, you are going through that experience. So we are focusing on this beautiful subject. It's a very powerful subject. It's that unlocking the creative genius inside me. Okay, so jahan jahan bhi you hai, you can read me. So here we go. The content references, I have used chapter 6, the content from chapter 6 to create this presentation. I picked up some portions of that book from chapter 6 of that book, and I compiled them into this beautiful presentation, using which we can unlock our true potential of creativity. So it starts with the question, it starts with the point, the affirmation that I am a potential creative genius. Okay. Now, as we go through this presentation, sometimes I would request you to say with me. Okay. You can mute or unmute, it's your choice, but you must say with me. The words must come out of your mouth. ये होना बहुत जरूरी है. Okay. It must come out of your mouth. So as I'm saying that you say with me, only at that time you just continue with me. Okay. you just say with me that I am a potential creative genius. और मैं जिस टोन में बोल रहा हूँ, जिस वेट के साथ बोल रहा हूँ, जिस इंटेंसिटी के साथ बोल रहा हूँ, बिल्कुल वैसे ही आपको बोलना है. You know, without any doubt, you have to talk. Okay. So you say with me, I am a potential creative genius. Albert Einstein wrote, every child is born a genius. If that is so, if you think that every child is born a genius, you and I were also a child at some time. है ना, हमारा भी जन्म वैसे ही हुआ था. ऐसा नहीं कि अभी हमारा मतलब we got into this earth at the age of 20. 20 साल कहीं और थे, then we were dropped on this earth. ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ ना. So we also had the same phase of our life. So if every child is born genius, you and I are also born genius, no doubt about it. So Albert Einstein wrote, every child is born genius, and so are you. So you can say, rather you say with me, every child is born a genius, and so am I. और जब बोलेंगे ना एकदम conviction के साथ बोलना, as if you are actually talking to yourself with full conviction, without any doubt. Just talk to yourself. Every child is born a genius, and so am I. Even if you have not used your incredible mental capabilities for a long time, you can stimulate them immediately, even right now. Okay. So say with me, even if I have not used my incredible mental capabilities for a long time, I can stimulate them immediately, even right now. You actually say with me, because to get the power of this presentation, you have to be in complete presence of your mind. Otherwise, you will miss out on it. And there are no limits to what you can accomplish when you unlock your full creative potential. There are no limits to what you can accomplish when you unlock your full creative potential. And this is exactly what we are going to do in next 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so just repeat with me. I am a potential creative genius. Every child is born a genius, and so am I. Even if I have not used my incredible mental capabilities for a long time, I can stimulate them immediately, even right now. There are no limits to what I can accomplish when I unlock my full creative potential. Let me do it. You have the ability to solve almost any problem, overcome almost any obstacle, achieve almost any goal that you set for yourself. As long as you are clear about your goal and you focus and concentrate all of your mental energies on one idea at a time, like a laser beam. You know, when a light bulb, the lights of light bulbs, almost say about 1000 light bulbs, when they fall on a iron, कुछ होता नहीं, ज्यादा से ज्यादा आयरन हल्का बहुत गर्म होता होगा, इससे ज्यादा कुछ होता नहीं. But a laser beam has the power of those 1000 bulbs. So when a laser beam falls on the iron, it cuts the iron. So what I'm talking about here is, rather what Brian Tracy is talking about here is, use plus focus and concentrate all of your mental energies on one idea at a time, like a laser beam. आपके जितना भी मेंटल एनर्जी है सारा को आप एक ही जगह पे लगाओ, जो आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, अर्जेंट है, बहुत ज्यादा मायने रखता है आपके लिए, like a laser beam. When you do that, miracles happen. So now let us repeat. Say, I have the ability to. I have the ability to solve almost any problem. You are talking to yourself. You must feel whatever you're saying. I have the ability to solve almost any problem, overcome almost any obstacle, achieve almost any goal that I set for myself. As long as I am clear about my goal and I focus and concentrate all of my mental energies on one idea at a time, like a laser beam. Okay, don't let your attention go anywhere right now. Don't do that. Don't let it go anywhere. Now, there are 4 ways to unlock your creativity. Number 1, you can do more of certain things. You should be doing more of those things that are giving you the best results today. So you need to write them down. You can write them down actually. What are those things that give you the very best results today? You can do less of other things. You should be doing less of those things that are not working very well or not working at all. Number 3, you can start doing certain things, certain new things. This is the hardest step of all. But usually, doing something new or different is the step that leads to the greatest breakthroughs in every field. So every breakthrough that is happening around you is a result of that. Somebody took that initiative to start doing certain new things. किसी ने सोचा था वायरलेस कैसे कर सकते हैं, किसी ने सोचा था ब्लूटूथ कैसे कर सकते हैं, किसी ने सोचा था वाईफाई कैसे कर सकते हैं, किसी ने सोचा था रेडियो फ्रीक्वेंसी को कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं. All these are different modes of wireless connection, wireless frequencies, wireless activities. They have all their own frequencies. Somebody thought about devising, creating a device through which you can figure out the frequencies which are there in the air, but you have no access to. आपको पता नहीं वो सारा frequencies आपके आसपास चल रहा है. And somewhere or other they're impacting you. See, if you have the right receiver to receive those frequencies, you can experience that as well. For example, think about say FM radio. ठीक है, FM radio के अलग अलग channels आप जब जिस चैनल को चलाते हैं आपको उस टाइम उसी चैनल मिलता है. So when you connect the frequency of that channel with that particular device, you connect to that frequency and it plays on your system. इसका मतलब वो सारा फ्रीक्वेंसी आपके चारों तरफ चल रहा है. They're all there. लेकिन आपका दिमाग cannot take that radio frequency. नहीं तो आप अपने दिमाग से ही वो गाना सुन लेते हैं. आपको अलग से डिवाइस बनाने की जरूरत नहीं होती. So the range of frequency which falls into the radio frequency, our brain cannot access them. That's why we need devices. That does not mean that does not exist. You know, there's a science called ontology which says that what you do not know or what you're not aware of, that does not mean that does not exist around you. Many people were not aware of that there is something called oxygen in the air which you require to live. आप जब सांसें लेते हो वो ऑक्सीजन ही आपका काम आता है. बहुत लोगों को पता नहीं था. When COVID second phase came up, many people got to know about it, that it is not just hawa. There is something in that air which I need to survive. And if my body is not capable enough to take that in enough quantities, I cannot breathe properly. And then I need a supply, excess supply of oxygen of that particular element in the air. So this is the hardest step of all. But usually doing something new or different is the step that leads to the greatest breakthroughs in every field. And number 4, you can stop doing certain things altogether. So you should stop doing anything that is not helping you to achieve your most important goals. So let us repeat it now from I, me, my, myself context. So 4 ways to unlock my creativity. Now we actually say exactly what I'm saying with exactly the same tonation, same power, same love, same affection. बिल्कुल वैसे ही आप बोलिए. Okay. So 4 ways to unlock my creativity. And here we go. I can do more of certain things. So there are 4 ways to unlock my creativity. This is the first way. I can do more of certain things. I should be doing more of those things that are giving me the best results today. You actually say this. Actually say this. I can do more of certain things. I should be doing more of those things that are giving me the very best results today. I can do less of other things. So I should be doing less of those things that are not working very well or not working at all. Number 3, I can start doing certain things, certain new things. And this is the hardest step of all. It's okay. But usually doing something new or different is the step that leads to the greatest breakthroughs in every field. And this can happen to me also when I apply this thought, when I apply this way of doing certain things. And the 4th thing is I can stop doing certain things altogether. So I should stop doing anything that is not helping me achieve my most important goals. So these are the 4 ways you and I can unlock our creativity. Okay, let's proceed. Power of your subconscious mind. Sorry, power of your superconscious mind. So now we are getting into that how we can use our mind or where we can use our mind to unlock our creative potential. So it always happens when we are connecting ourselves with our superconscious mind. So we are focusing on power of our superconscious mind. The first thing is it's a higher form of mind or thinking that each of you have available to you. You can turn it on and access it anytime. इसका एक नाम इंट्यूशन भी है कि इंट्यूशन वो वाला चीज है जिसको आप एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकते लेकिन आपको लग रहा है कि ऐसा ही कुछ होने वाला है. Okay? It automatically solves every problem and enables you to achieve any goal you want as long as the goal is clear. It has access to all your previous knowledge. आज मैंने ग्रुप में एक मैसेज डाला था, the biggest library or the library that you have access to. And this is what I meant with that. So it has access to all your previous knowledge and experience from throughout your entire life till date. आज तक आपने जो कुछ देखा है, सुना है, समझा है, feel किया है, experience किया है, all those things have been stored inside your brain. They're all stored there. That's why we could relate things in our life. कुछ भी होता है हम उसको तुरंत relate कर पाते हैं. And this process happens so fast we can't even imagine what we are doing. Imagine when I'm reading this sentence, it has access to all your previous knowledge. इन सारे शब्दों का meaning हमें समझ में आ रहा है. एकदम instantly on the fly. How is it happening? Because that is how your superconscious mind is working. It's beyond your thoughts. It has access to all your previous knowledge and experience from throughout your entire life till date. It brings you the lessons you need to achieve your goal, often disguised as obstacles, setbacks, and temporary failures. I can connect to this. When I was giving this in this presentation, when I was sharing this presentation on Friday, I forgot to start the recording. I forgot to do it even right now also. बट देखो ब्रेन उस सिग्नल को कैसे कैप्चर करके रखता था. इट रिमेन्ड, इट उसको याद था कि इट मिस दैट, एंड दैट इज प्रिसाइजली द रीजन व्हाई वी आर डूइंग दिस सेशन अगेन. सो द मोमेंट आई स्टार्टेड ऑन द सेशन, इट रिमाइंडेड मी, हे बडी चेक 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 चेक, रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट किया है तुमने. So this is the part of that obstacle, setback, or temporary failure. So that was a temporary failure. It brings you the exact answer that you need, and it will be complete in every respect and always within your current capabilities. जो आपके लिए संभव है उसी हिसाब से वो आपको डायरेक्ट करता है. वो आपको वही रिजल्ट आपके सामने लाके देगा जिसको आप अपने करंट कैपेबिलिटीज के ऊपर भरोसा करके आगे बढ़ सकते हो, एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हो. इट ब्रिंग्स यू द एग्जैक्ट आंसर एट एग्जैक्टली द राइट टाइम. You must act on it immediately in some way or it will be too late. अभी मेरे साथ बिल्कुल वैसे ही हुआ. Just at 4:50 I thought about, just at 4:50, यार इस सेशन को अभी कर लेते हैं, कोई आए ना आए कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. I will switch on the system, I will switch on the recording, I will switch on the Zoom and I will be there and I will deliver the session. क्योंकि मुझे किसी को तो देखना ही नहीं है. I will just run the presentation, I will read that presentation और अपने तरीके से उसको मैं लोगों से बात करूं. The moment that thought came to my mind, the moment, it brings you the exact answer at exactly the right time. You must act on it immediately in some way or it will be too late. है ना. देखो जब मैंने ऐसा सोचा उसी थोड़ी देर में इनका फोन आ गया. आई जस्ट चेक, मेरे पास 15-20 मिनट का टाइम है, हो सकता है बाय द टाइम आई कुड फिनिश ऑफ दिस कॉल. So I took that call also. That was also taken care of the superconscious mind. Superconscious ने बोला यार this person जिन्होंने आपको कॉल किया, he is a very important person. He is among those VVIPs. उन्होंने अगर तुम्हें कॉल किया है और तुम्हारे पास अगर थोड़ा बहुत टाइम है, तुम इस कॉल को कॉल बैक करो. You don't know what is waiting for you. Anything can happen. Any discussion might come up. You might lose on this opportunity if you just think about calling this person after giving this presentation. So I must act on it immediately in some way or it will be too late. So let us recap this. So power of my superconscious mind. Now you read it out as I say. You actually speak. Power of my superconscious mind. It's a higher form of mind or thinking that each of you, matlab, including me, so that I have available to me. It's a higher form of mind or thinking that I have available to me. I can turn it on and access it anytime. It automatically solves every problem and enables me to achieve any goal I want as long as the goal is clear. It has access to all my previous knowledge and experience from throughout my entire life till date. It brings me the lessons I need to achieve my goal, often disguised as obstacles, setbacks, and temporary failures. It brings me the exact answer that I need, and it will be complete in every respect and always within my current capabilities. It brings me the exact answer at exactly the right time. I must act on it immediately in some way, or it will be too late. So activate your superconscious mind. So now you got a sense that what superconscious mind is. Now let us focus on how we can activate our superconscious mind. Okay. Take a clean sheet of paper. So what you need to do, you need to take a clean sheet of paper and write your most important goal at the top of the page in the form of a question starting with, how can I? Like this morning session, we were talking about picking up the biggest problem that you have. So you can replace that problem with a goal. Okay. So you write your most important goal at the top of the page in the form of a question starting with, how can I? So whatever your limiting beliefs which are coming in your way, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, or I cannot do this, I'm unable to do this, I'm not good at this. Whatever your most important goal is, for example, it could be becoming a public speaker, for example. That people who want to become a coach, they need to become a public speaker anyway. So you can say, how can I become a great public speaker? Okay. So that's step number one. The question must be simple and clear. Something that even a 6-year-old child could understand and that triggers practical answers. That means ये सवाल अगर मैं किसी 6 साल के बच्चे के पास लेके जाता हूं तो वो भी उसको समझेगा and that child can even give us some answers. You can do this, you can do that, you can start doing this, you can stop doing this. So that statement should be as simple as that. That question should be as simple as that. How can I should be as simple as that, as clear as that, that even a 6-year-old child could understand the triggers of practical answers. Examples. How can I earn rupees 10 lakh over next 6 months? और जिनके लिए 10 लाख कमाना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, you can say, how can I earn extra over next 6 months? How can I read 5 books by September 30, 2024? So it has to be absolutely clear and absolutely simple. Like even if I take it to a 6-year-old child, वो भी समझ जाएगा मैं पूछ कर रहा हूँ. How can I take a vacation to Andamans by the end of this year? Okay, so it should be just like this, as simple as that. So these are the step 1, step 2, step 3, or the initial steps to activate your superconscious mind. Once you do this, once you write down that question on that piece of paper at the top, this is the next thing that you have to do. This is called mindstorming. Brian Tracy has coined this word and he said this is called mindstorming. So now you are basically storming your mind, the 20 ideas method. So what he's suggesting, discipline yourself to write down at least 20 answers to your question. Now this is where the superconscious mind activity is going to start. Very, very, very important. This slide is extremely important. Discipline yourself to write down at least, discipline yourself, not carefully, discipline yourself to write down at least 20 answers to your question. Your first 3 to 5 answers will be simple and obvious. What can I do more of certain things or less of other things now? You remember that there are 4 ways to activate your subconscious mind. So we are applying the first 2 ways to writing the answers, writing the first 3 to 5 answers. What can I do more of certain things or less of other things now? Your next 3 to 5 answers will be more difficult. What can I start doing or stop doing now? So these are question 3 and 4. You remember the ways? There are 4 ways to activate your superconscious mind. 1 and 2 were what can I do more and what can I do less. And 3 and 4 were what can I start doing and what can I stop doing now. So the first 8 to 10 answers, or rather first 6 to 10 answers, will be based on these questions. Then comes the remaining 10 answers. The next 10 answers will be some of the most difficult ones. Unless you exert tremendous discipline, you're likely to feel like giving up and quitting. And most of the time, we give up and quit just because of this. हमें पता तक नहीं कि हमारे पास एक super conscious mind है, and we can access that mind, and that mind is directing us to do certain things, and you and I am not doing it. So let's go back and look at it from I, me, my, myself context. Okay. So how can I activate my superconscious mind? Starting with, take a clean sheet of paper and write my most important goal at the top of the page in the form of a question starting with, how can I? The question must be simple and clear, something that even a 6-year-old child could understand, and that triggers practical answers. Examples: how can I earn rupees 10 lakh over the next 6 months? How can I read 5 books by September 30, 2024? How can I take a vacation to Andamans by the end of this year? Then comes the next step. Once I'm ready with my question, then comes mindstorming, the 20 ideas method. Discipline myself to write down at least 20 answers to my question. My first 3 to 5 answers will be simple and obvious. What can I do more of certain things or less of other things now? My next 3 to 5 answers will be more difficult. What can I start doing or stop doing now? The next 10 answers will be some of the most difficult ones. Unless I exert tremendous discipline, I'm likely to feel like giving up and quitting. Okay? And now comes the magical powers of mindstorming. What happens when you apply the magical powers of mindstorming? When you apply the powers of mindstorming, the process which we just discussed, what happens when you do that? When we do that?
Hey, Pinaki.
Wait. Just let me finish it. So here we go. First thing that is going to happen is very often among those answers will be a breakthrough idea that enables you to achieve your goal. So as you are writing down those 20 answers, all of a sudden you will find that one answer that is going to be a breakthrough idea and enable you to achieve your goal. Take immediately action. Take action immediately on that, at least one of the ideas you have generated, and keep your creative juice flowing. So you are actually using your creative ideas to create those 20 answers. As you activated your superconscious mind, as you activated your activated your creative genius, you are getting all the answers. As you're writing them in, while you are thinking about those answers, you will definitely find one of the answers which will enable you to achieve your goal. The moment you get that, take action immediately on at least one of the ideas you have generated, so that you can continue keeping your creative juice flowing. Take timely action. So taking timely action activates your superconscious mind. So as your mindstorming, the moment you start taking that action, it's all about the actions. The moment, like you remember the actions that you need to take, that 4 actions. So the moment you start taking those actions and at the right time, it activates your superconscious mind. And you start off in a new direction that leads you to the right people, the right circumstances, and eventually the right solution. All of a sudden, you will find this happening. You'll find the right people around you, you'll find the right circumstances, and you will also eventually get the right solution. So what's going to happen when we apply this powers of mindstorming? These 4 things are going to happen. Okay. So if we repeat it like this, it's like very often among those answers will be a breakthrough idea that enable me to achieve my goal. Take immediately action on at least one of those ideas I have generated and keep my creative juices flowing. Taking timely action activates my superconscious mind. I start off in a new direction that leads me to the right people, right circumstances, and eventually the right solution. And here comes the last thing, how you can unlock the creative genius. So now you got to access to that the questions that you need to ask, the process that you need to follow, the actions that you need to take, the steps that you need to follow, that you need to take one after another. You discovered what mindstorming is all about. You discovered how you can activate your superconscious mind. And once you do all these things, when your superconscious mind gets activated, this is what happens. The key is to become one of the most creative person in your domain. So when you unlock the creative genius in you, whatever domain you are into, like whatever your profession, whatever your occupation, if you follow these steps, you can become one of the most creative person in your domain. What are those steps? Verbalize. Express your goal clearly in words in the present tense. I achieved this particular goal by this particular time. So when we are using the statements, how can I? Once your superconscious mind is active, you need to get into your creative genius mode. So verbalize. That's why I'm telling you. You say with me, say with me, say with me. So when you express your goal clearly in words in the present tense, that I achieved this particular goal by this particular time, you're verbalizing it. Next step is visualizing. So create a clear mental picture of your goal as if it were already a reality. वो बाकी हो चुका है. You can actually visualize it. Like I could visualize it that I'm giving this presentation. Emotionalize it. उसमें पूरा emotion डाल दो. You remember that statement? Focus and concentrate all your energies into it, just like a laser beam. So create within yourself the feeling of joy, satisfaction, happiness, relief, and personal pride that you will be experiencing when you achieve this goal. Relax. Once you do that, your objective is to relax. So completely forget about your goal and become so busy doing something else that you don't think about it at all. Let your superconscious mind work on your goal non-stop. And exactly this is what I did the moment I got that call. I just completely forgot about my goal that I have to give this presentation, and I was become busy doing something else that I don't think about it at all. उसको मैंने सबकॉन्शियस में देके छोड़ दिया कि 5:10 में मैं इस प्रेजेंटेशन को देने के लिए तैयार हूं इन एवरी पॉसिबल वे. So now my superconscious mind is acting on it. It is preparing my mind that how to give this presentation. So let your superconscious mind work on your goal non-stop. मैंने उसको डिस्टर्ब नहीं किया. And then realize this occurs when exactly the answer or insight that you're looking for appears in your mind, complete in every respect. So I could actually visualize, rather realize कि ये presentation मैं कैसे देने जा रहा हूँ, उसमें क्या हो सकता है, क्या क्या challenge हो सकता है, क्या क्या ideas दिमाग में आ सकता है, what kind of health challenge I may face, what kind of physical challenge I may face, what kind of emotional challenge I may face. Like as I am taking this session, all of a sudden there was a power cut. So I know it will take some time for the generator to come up, but during that time, it's pretty hot today in Delhi. Pretty hot. So I was sweating, but did I stop? I didn't stop taking this session. And I was taking the session with the same intensity, with the same power, same love, same exception. So I visualize it that this is what I'm going to do. It really doesn't matter. Whatever it takes, this is going to happen. This session is going to happen and I'm going to do it. I really don't care whether somebody will be there or not. So I made a declaration, I will be there. Okay, so let us review this once again. This is the last slide. So pay full attention to it because this is the whole objective. यहीं से हमने अपना प्रोग्राम को स्टार्ट किया था, यहीं से हमने इस प्रेजेंटेशन को स्टार्ट किया था. Unlock the creative genius in you. And we are at the right point at the right time right now. The keys to become one of the most creative person in your domain. This is what Brian Tracy said. कि अगर आप वाकई ऐसा कर लेते हो, if you really become good enough to become to unlock your creative genius, you can become the best person, the most creative person in your domain. The keys to become one of the most creative person in my domain. Verbalize, express my goal clearly in words in the present. Achieve this particular goal by this particular time. Visualize, create a clear mental picture of my goal as if it were already a reality. Emotionalize, create within myself the feelings of joy, satisfaction, happiness, relief, or personal pride that I will experience when I achieve this goal. I believe you noticed all these things even before I started the session, that I was expressing my joy, satisfaction, happiness, relief, and personal pride when I was preparing, even when I was preparing for this session. Okay. Completely forget my goal. That is a relaxation part. And become so busy doing something else that I don't think about it at all. Let my superconscious mind work on my goal non-stop. Realize this occurs when exactly the answer or insight that I am looking for appears in my mind, complete in every respect. We'll actually see that it is available to you complete in every respect. So with this, I come to the end of my presentation. And now you can ask me anything, any question. Yes, Manish. Though I would strongly recommend you not to ask any question. You listen to this
my question
presentation.
was okay. My question was when you say you completely forget that, like after visualizing, after feeling the pride, you completely forget that. What is the meaning out of that? Forgetting it.
Just forget it. Let it go. जैसे आप कोई खाना बना रहे हो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, तो खाने में एक टाइम आता है जब उसमें सारा इंग्रेडिएंट चला जाता है एंड यू जस्ट नीड टू लेट इट बॉयल फॉर सम टाइम एंड यू नो हाउ मच टाइम यू नीड टू गिव इट दैट बॉइलिंग, है ना? हो सकता है 10 मिनट, 12 मिनट, 15 मिनट, एंड यू नो दैट आफ्टर दिस पीरियड ऑफ टाइम द फूड विल बी रेडी टू डील विथ, है ना? सो दिस इज व्हाट द ऑथर इज टॉकिंग अबाउट, कि आप उसको बस छोड़ दो. Superconscious mind will take care of it now. And at the right time, it will come up with the right solution, right answer. The moment you get the answer, you take the action.
What I mean to say was, let's say you are working on a project, right? You are doing coding, and you are about to finish the project with the deadline. Like you have just a few days for deadline, and if you have to complete that task, then how you can think of forgetting the task?
See, this is all about a process which you are going to start. See, अगर उस कोड को लिखने में आपको 2 घंटा लगेगा and you are working on it for 8 hours, तो आपको लगेगा कि मैं 8 hour ही काम कर रहा हूँ. Like I am a programmer, I have been into programming, so I know programming हम लोग कैसे करते थे. Any project would come to me, I put it on drawing board. Before I actually sit on the coding board or coding terminal, I was on the drawing board. इसका program flow क्या होगा, how the data will flow, where from हम इस data को उठाएंगे, कौन सा data को उठाएंगे, उसको कहाँ पे fit करेंगे, कौन सा variables हम बनाएंगे, और हमारा output में कौन सा variables चाहिए. Once I am clear about the whole thing that this is what I need to do, the last thing is the coding. So coding is the last step. Now, if you're doing the same thing for 8 hours, that does not mean that you are coding for 8 hours. What you can do, probably you can put 6 hours in planning. दिमाग को छोड़ दो, वो अपना काम उसको पूरा बना लेगा, उसको कैसे करना है. And now when you're writing the code, you will write it in a single step. Many times there will be very little bugs, very less bugs, and you can create the code and get it done. क्रिएटिविटी भी ऐसा ही होता है.
हाँ.
वो जब पेंटर पेंटिंग करता है, वो कैसे ही करता है, उसको पहले विजुअलाइज करता है. जो एक स्कल्प्टर होता है, एक स्टोन के अंदर से वो एक मूर्ति को निकालता है, कैसे करता है. वो स्टोन के अंदर उसको मूर्ति नजर आता है, हमें वो स्टोन ही दिखता है, लेकिन उसको स्टोन के अंदर मूर्ति नजर आता है. तो जब तक उसको प्रॉपर विजुअलाइजेशन नहीं होता, वो पत्थर के ऊपर छेनी लगातार नहीं, है ना.
See, what I understand is when you have a like good handle of the situation, right? Let's say, जैसे अपन ने coding का example दिया, like you have a delivery for your coding project, तो उसमें क्या रहता है ना कि after a certain level of work, you get a feeling that yes, now it is done, right? There might be small bit issues, you know, that don't need much like high focus or high effort. But it is just like, you know, you are done like almost 95%, and the rest is not very critical to handle. That's what I take out of it. It's just like, you know, doing the difficult part, a major part, and then like leave the little bit, just, you know, it will happen automatically with the like least effort. That's what I understand out of it.
See, Manish, this is all about like you need to work on it, on something which is something that you want to do for a long time but you still couldn't do. आपको अगर इसको समझना है तो आपको वहां से पहले शुरू करना पड़ेगा. It's not about something which is already in process. In process जो है उसको लेके आप already बहुत कुछ कर चुके हो. You imagine a doctor how he does a surgery. Think about it. डॉक्टर को पता तक नहीं कि करना क्या है, लेकिन ही इज इन इमरजेंसी, पेशेंट आ चुका है ट्रॉमा सेंटर में. सो उसके साथ जितने लोग हैं वो चाहते हैं डॉक्टर अभी जाके ओटी में डाल के इसको हाथ पैर खोल दे, कटिंग शुरू कर दे. डॉक्टर ऐसा थोड़ी करता है. वो पूरा केस नोट करता है, भाई हुआ क्या था, कहाँ पे है, क्या हुआ था, एग्जैक्टली व्हाट हैपेंड, व्हाट इज द बीपी राइट नाउ, हाउ मच इज द शुगर राइट नाउ, व्हाट आर द वाइटल पैरामीटर्स, ब्रीथ कर पा रहा है कि नहीं, कहीं और हड्डी टूटा है कि नहीं. फर्स्ट ही टेक्स केयर ऑफ ऑल दीज थिंग्स. And what is happening? We are focusing on these 4 questions. Let me come back to that thing once again. This is where it starts. You can do more of certain things. You should be doing more of those things that are giving you the very best results today. So imagine that doctor is handling that trauma case. वो क्या करेगा? He should be doing more of those things that is going to give him the best results. And you can do less of other things. You should not be doing those things, or rather you should be doing less of those things that are not working very well or not working at all. For example, worrying. A doctor or a surgeon cannot worry. Patient party worry कर सकता है कि उनके हाथ में कुछ है नहीं, लेकिन जो डॉक्टर उस पेशेंट के ऊपर ऑपरेट करने जा रहा है, he cannot worry. अगर वो वरी कर भी रहा है, so he should be doing less of it. उसका शायद एक वरी हो सकता है कि whether I will get all the instruments or not, whether I will get all the equipment or not, whether I will get the OT ready for me or not, whether I will get the anesthetic with me or not, whether I will get the assistants with me or not. These can be his worry. But अगर वो ये सोचता रह गया तो he cannot focus on the concentrate on the surgery.
See, I get that. What I understand is, you know, the belief system, visualization, and living with the end in mind kind of things. You know, visualization, affirmation, and this faith in belief, spiritual belief in God. I think they all combined make up a superconscious mind.
Yeah, you can say that because that's what superconscious mind is all about. It has access to every knowledge that you have.
Yeah. So basically,
तो बोल ही रहा है, आपने अभी तक जितना एक्सपीरियंस किया, जो भी आपके पास है, all the resources that you have, it has access to everything. It has access to all your previous knowledge and experience. आपका spiritual experience भी इसमें शामिल है.
नहीं तो my question is like apart like we just said उसके अलावा what is extra thing we are doing to activate superconscious mind मतलब I'm not getting the difference. You know what I'm
व्हाट
asking?
यूर एक्स्ट्रा क्या ये
जैसे
आप शायद ये जब भी आपने सुपर कॉन्शियस माइंड को एक्टिवेट किया ऐसे ही किया. नाउ व्हाट दिस system talking is telling you all about that this is what has happened. So now if you want to consciously activate your superconscious mind, you can follow these steps. अभी तक क्या हुआ? It happened to you anyway. It is not saying कि आपका superconscious mind चुपचाप बैठा है till you get access to it. ऐसा नहीं है. वो तो काम कर ही रहा है. वो तो डेटा तक कलेक्ट कर रहा है. Every action that you are taking, your superconscious mind is working. The point is, how do you know how you can make your superconscious mind work as per your preference, as per your choice? अभी तक जो हो रहा है वो by default हो रहा है. So here you get a clarity that okay, this is how my superconscious mind is working. So if this is so, then let me check it out. So now you to check it out, you follow the process, and this is the process that you are following. Okay, you're taking a sheet of paper, you're writing your most important goal. This is how you're actually checking कि जो information मेरे पास आ रहा है कि क्या मैं ऐसे ही अपने superconscious mind को activate करता हूँ. Okay, let me do it practically. So now the process is being given to you. कि आप इस प्रोसेस को करके देखो. Because this is exactly what you are doing anyway. The only thing is you are not aware of it. आप कुछ extra नहीं कर. The only extra that you are doing is you are trying to figure out exactly how it works, how your superconscious mind is working, how you activate your superconscious mind. You are activating your superconscious mind in certain stages. Even to attend this session, you did that. थोड़ी देर पहले you were in a different session. You didn't even know that this session is going to happen. So you definitely applied activated your superconscious mind. You created all the creative genius that inside you to be here in the session. And that's why you're in the session. You are right at the time. Even before I logged in, you were there. अब इसको आप डिकोड कीजिए, एनालाइज कीजिए कि आपने किया क्या. What actually went through your mind? How you activated your superconscious mind? Did you really follow these processes? Probably yes. अगर हम रिलैक्सेशन की बात करें तो probably yes. आपने लॉग इन किया है ना, your job is done. Then you completely forgot your goal. And now you are waiting for me to get into the picture and start my presentation.
see what I was thinking is what I take is see like living in the end, right? Let's say I today wanted to read certain things that let's say I have to read for 5 hours, I have to attend as many sessions as possible. So I was open to that, and I was thinking with the end in mind that okay, whatever will come in my way, I'll just join that and make it happen. So means I was limiting my thoughts to my targets or whatever come in my way. I will face it and I will handle it and complete it to the best of my knowledge and belief.
Correct.
Yes, I can do that, right?
Correct. Absolutely correct. Whatever you are
Yeah.
saying, exactly that is this presentation is saying. It only saying that how you do that, how your mind works. When you do that, when you take these decisions, when you come up with these thoughts, how your mind is working. This presentation is giving you access to that.
Yeah, basically that, like my confidence in my ability, my surroundings and everything, and my belief system all supported me to achieve my
Exactly.
vision. Yeah.
Exactly. Because all those things make your superconscious mind.
Yeah.
This is
Basically,
exactly the
yeah,
objective of this whole presentation कि आप
yeah,
आइडेंटिफाई करो कि कैसे आप इसको ये काम कर रहे हो, कैसे इसको आप अंजाम दे रहे हो. What process is going inside your mind जिससे
yeah.
आप इस
Basically,
काम को अंजाम दे रहे हो.
I fully aligned my inner conscious, like my inner world information with the outer world information. I did a full alignment, and with my complete belief system that it will work out, and it worked out.
Exactly. Exactly.
So basically, I aligned all my inner resources and outer resources of the world, which is the like the divine power of the universe. That it will work out,
Exactly.
and if I believe that, then it is going to align with the outer world, which has all the potential to for me to believe that it will happen and that it happens.
Yeah, very true. As simple as
Yeah.
that.
So I was asking you that question so that I can get a simplified version of my question and my answer.
Good. I believe you got it now.
Yeah, yeah.
And did you notice that ये सारा सवाल का जवाब आपने खुद दिया?
Right, yeah.
इसको NLP में हम बोलते हैं getting access to your resources. आपके अंदर वो सारा resource you already have those answers. The only thing is you are unable to connect the dots. Now what happened when we went through this presentation, you could able to connect those dots, and now you can see the picture vividly and clearly.
Yeah, so basically, to summarize, my direction was right, and I just persisted for that to complete, for my journey to
Yeah,
complete, and it happened.
absolutely.
Okay, I think I got it clear, and I think you also approved that you and me both are aligned, right? So I think that make it more useful for the session also, and for I think if people listen to that, I think they'll get the real meaning out of it. What is the objective of the session, right?
Absolutely, I do believe so. Okay, Manish, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
नहीं
so
तो
much.
मैं
All the
अकेला
best.
ही सेशन देता रिकॉर्ड तो मैं करता भी, लेकिन ये Q&A वाला सेशन जो आपके साथ हुआ ब्रेन ये नहीं होता.
You are ocean in a drop, right? So why you think you are alone?
I am ocean in the drop in the ocean.
No, you are an ocean in a drop. Like you are a single means you are a drop. You are a single drop, but you are an ocean inside.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that clarity.
Yeah.
And we are all like that. Thank you so much by the way, Manish, because आपने जो सवाल पूछा इसके साथ मुझे बहुत आसानी हुआ इस टॉपिक को कनेक्ट करना.
Because you know that when you were telling, I was not able to fully connect to my inner world.
I got that.
So that's why I kept on asking till I got the answer to my to my satisfaction.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Bye bye. Thank you. Yeah.